If you're like me, you've probably been sitting around waiting for any shred of WWE 2K news. Now, this year is obviously a little different where we're waiting a lot longer for information. And in the past couple years, the games, we kind of lose our hype. Last year, Big Head mode came in, Bray Wyatt Compound happened, and I was really in love with it. That's something we haven't really talked about on this channel just yet when it comes to WWE 2K20 gameplay or 2K19 or games before that. There's stuff that's been added. One of the things I was doing yesterday as I was working in highlight reel, which I'm pretty sure the general consensus of the 2 million people that buy the game aren't like me. They're not a nerd that goes into highlight reel and needs to have all these tools. So when YouTubers come and say we have to have these features, maybe we're a little out of touch. But still, the fact that we don't have any information, I think it was the year before or 2 years ago that we didn't get information right away and it took a while. And I kind of enjoyed it because if we get it too early, then it gets stale. But we're at a situation right now where we really don't know anything, and I think a lot of people are getting restless. If you've seen the WWE Games Twitter feed, anytime they tweet something, hey, congratulations on this title, the comments, where's the WWE 2K20 news? You know what I mean? Like they're just hammering them. They're getting hammered. But if they have like this content plan rollout, they can't really force it just because we're begging for it. So I have to be under the guise or the assumption that they have a plan. Now, yes, it sucks waiting for that plan, just like it sucks waiting in WWE to finally see what they have in their head and finally see it come to play, because when you finally do see it, you're like, well, this sucked. So stuff last year that came in, like the big head mode and blocks and everything that, you know, that's kind of fun, but essentially all that did was change the head. Like the gameplay was the exact same. We've already advocated on this channel in gameplay videos and other stuff to have a more arcade feel inside the game. So as we sit here and wait for this news and it starts to drive you nuts, it kind of like, man, come on, just give me the news already. What is taking so long? You have to take a step back, at least I do, and realize, okay, why? Why is it taking a while? Do they have something cool planned? Is there maybe, just maybe, are all these mixed tag team matches happening because we're finally getting mixed tags back in a WWE video game? I honestly question a lot of this stuff and wonder what is happening right now, and I try to look at it what they've done in the past. Because we already have rumors that the stage got broken when Braun and Lashley went through the stage. The sheets or the Twitter accounts that were saying, they got a new stage coming. Could you imagine being WWE Games Twitter account, or like, you know, right, you haven't announced this stuff. You go and release gameplay that looks good. You release a trailer, the game graphics are better, the shading's better, but all of a sudden the stage is outdated. So maybe there's a method to their madness here that, I mean, that does suck. Like, if they're really getting a new WWE stage, hopefully they knew about it ahead of time. Hopefully WWE Games and the team has got the design so they can build something. Or else, luckily, we are favorable enough to have a game with such great community creations that you guys in the community will make great arenas. And honestly, like, the devs only have a certain amount of time, so I'm perfectly fine with community creations holding up the end that they're not able to do, because they are on a yearly production schedule. We've had this debate before of, why do we need a yearly release then? Why not just make a better game? But I'm one of those people that used to kind of say stuff like that with sports games, but if I didn't get a new sports game every year, I'd probably be bored. I mean, like, if you could give me a game, which ultimately I think that's what we're headed in video games, more to free to play. Like, it would not surprise me at some point if WWE Games gets cheaper, they incorporate ads or sponsors in the game more, there's more unlockables, you could purchase VC, there's more ways for them to make money, but the only way to do that is to have a game that gets us to stay around and keep playing. And the game they have right now, we really don't. As much as I really do like playing WWE 2K19, I love popping to make simulation matches, I realize the majority of fans don't care about that. They don't want that. And even the simulation stuff that's in-game, a little bit of tweaks would make it even better. So this is the first year that when we sit around and wait for the news, I'm honestly wondering, what is the big draw this year that's going to bring us in? Because we all shout GM mode, but chances of them inviting a whole new mode this year probably aren't going to happen. I've come to realization with that, and I'm fine with that. That's something that I'm eating in deep inside, like, okay, listen, Tubby, you're not going to get SmackDown versus Raw, Road to WrestleMania. You're not going to get GM modes. But they're working hard, and I have no fear about that. And even if Ukes that branched away and they're making their own game or working on their own game because they want internal competition, because they want to step it up, I'm fine with that. If WWE 2K wants to stay a simulation game, go for it. There are quite a few other games, by the way. I don't know if anybody's seen any of these games. I know the Shakara game is being worked on. I recently saw in the past week the other game, not the one that's been in development 10 years, the other wrestling game that's like the deathmatch wrestling game. That looks really cool. So I think we're on the horizon now that wrestling is picking up with AEW. I think we're going to start to see more games. And at the same time, with WWE involving more Evolve superstars, it's going to be crazy to think we could eventually get a roster with superstars that aren't even contracted WWE superstars. If they're showing up on Evolve, like you get an Austin Theory in game, people are going to be like, who's Austin Theory? You could use the game to bridge those gaps with everything that WWE is doing, because WWE Games brought back Sting. They brought back the Ultimate Warrior. I was in attendance for my favorite game press conference of all time in LA for WWE 2K20, where I got to listen to the Ultimate Warrior give a speech. Now, whether your thoughts on Ultimate Warrior have changed or haven't changed, he was a big part of the business, and his personal views aside, to hear him get up on stage like, all right, they don't want me to swear in this speech, and my man dropped like 10 swear bombs right away. He was charismatic and energetic, and that photo I look back, I was like 500 pounds back then, man. I was a big kid who was just so caught up in the video games. I didn't care what the WWE devs felt. I didn't care what they felt should have been in game. I was very vocal about, you better give me this, because they had developed some of the best games that I loved. And when they stopped making those games, you get a little sentimental, right? You get a little upset. Like, where is the stuff I used to love to do? The Road to WrestleManias, the season modes. If we got a season mode in game today with the fact that we have bigger file saves in WWE 2K, my biggest pet peeve is the fact that you guys have been asking me, Tubby, hey, Tubby, you started a GM mode, but before that, you started a season mode. Where's the season mode been? Well, see, what had happened was in season mode and GM mode, you only get one slot save. So I started a season mode in 08, and then I started a GM mode and didn't realize the save went vamoose. So I'm hoping all of these things that have built up over the years eventually gets put into a game. Because how do you build on Fair Play, or how do you build on the blocks? How do you build on the Bray Wyatt compound? We haven't done anything else with a compound. So is the compound just going to get scrapped? I mean, that was the thing last year that they put in game and there was really nothing to do. Are we eventually going to get a fight in a game? Is it going to take people like Xavier Woods, who are big video game advocates, Samoa Joe, who I did a video with at Grimm's Toy Show, when he talked about a riot mode where you could destroy the arena and do everything else? Or will that have to be its own separate game? I've talked about this before, and I've showed this off in previous videos, but this right here of all these old games, Crush Hour, everything else I want to play and go back and check out, which I'm looking forward to this. I've been slowly working back towards going to play some of these games and really understand the things I want the most. Because I don't know truly what I want in a game. I don't know what big features are going to make me happy. I just want a better game. So as we all sit around and we talk and we bullshit about what should or should not be in the game, what the devs should or should not do, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is when you buy a game, you feel like you got your money's worth. Now, the last couple of years, obviously, as a YouTuber or influencer or whatever title you want to call it, I got sent a copy. So I didn't have to go out of my way to buy it. I haven't had that fun of 2K14. And for those that don't know, when my channel was really popping in W12, 13, and 14, I was buying like 10 to 30 copies a year to give away because I loved the game so much and I wanted other people to play it. My friends pick up a copy of the game now, or people that I know pick up a copy, and they like to play with the old superstars, and I'm like, dog, you have NXT superstars. Why aren't you using them? I don't watch NXT. I like The Rock. I like Stone Cold. I just want to have matches with the legends. And I truly think, like, damn, imagine being a dev and having to decide all that. Because we all want the NXT superstars. We all want the people like Tony Storm and anybody that's on TV to be in the game. And then you truly have the people that are just, it's still real to me, damn it, attitude era guys that want that. So you have to balance the amount of characters doing that. And then you have community creations where, hey, if they weren't in game, you can make them. So I don't fully know what the point of waiting around for this news is, like, just like the video. It's one of these things where we're going to vent, we're going to get it off our chest. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is come October, September, whenever this video game releases. They're going to continue building my career. They're going to continue building universe mode. They're going to continue adding little features. But unless they give us something big and splashy that ultimately changes it up quite a bit, the stuff that I've asked for, Hyde panel and stuff like that, I don't think that's going to get more people to buy the game. I think truly wrestling being resurrected with All Elite Wrestling in WWE and going global and having more people coming to watch is going to turn around the game, because it's incentive to realize, like, damn, there's a lot more people that want a wrestling video game. We should probably make a better wrestling video game, because it seemed like they've been on autopilot. And again, if 2K set back in 2K15 a 5-year plan of from here till 2K20, this is where we want to go, and they have to stick to that because they only have a certain amount of features they can do every year, I get it. But at the same time, Ukes, whatever you're working on, you better bring me that goodness. Bring me some Road to WrestleManias. Bring me that all-star gameplay, but with a better moveset, because no matter what you say, person behind that keyboard, dank, it's my yard CM Pulse, I did not like that specific gameplay. The gameplay was fine, but the movesets I was horrible at. So imagine the amount of moves we have in a 2K game now, in an arcade-style game, with arcade graphics and story. Oh my God, I'd lose my mind just talking about it. So as you sit around and wait for all this news, I've asked you before, what feature is going to get you to buy the game? What feature is going to get you to do this? What are you going to have to get to make you happier? And I don't want to ask you that in this video. I simply want to ask you one thing. Everything I've talked about is stuff I've been really passionate about. But what's something that you don't even think you need? What's something that if you're sitting in that dev room and you're trying to come up with new things, not just put in the ideas we want, what's something new, something that WWE hasn't even thought of yet, something innovative that's going to make them go, damn, we should have hired you to have a job at WWE Games. The fans didn't even think about that. What's something new, not GM mode, not Road to WrestleMania? What's something new the devs could do that would make you go, holy I need a friend to pick up this game. This was so cool. My friend, he has to have it. What would that be? Let me know in the comment section below, and we'll all sit around and wait for the WWE 2K news to come out, and we'll be patient. But once that news drops, we're going to be vicious. We're going to be like piranha. We're going to be swarming the tank. We're going to be swarming the tank of information, and we're going to bite. There's going to be blood in the water, and there's going to be some hell to pay. Let me know. What's something new they haven't even thought of yet that you're going to go, damn, by the time we get it in 2K24, oh man, that's a great idea. So until next time, it's been your boy Tubby Moo. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you found anything useful in this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment, share, do whatever you have to do. And until next time, 2K20 brethren that are waiting for all that info, we will see you all later.
Problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like